Thank you.
Have a good day.
No thanks. No thanks.
She's sort of based. That homeless lady. You weren't trying to help me. You were filming, right?
Yeah,
Bullshit.
exactly.
You were doing this for your content. You wanted to annoy me.
Some lib woman goes up to a homeless person and they try and film the interaction. It's like, look at me, like interacting with a homeless person, filming the interaction, taking care of homeless people, and look what goes down.
You all right? Hi. Okay. Yeah, we're good. We're good.
You all right?
Okay.
This video is an absolute roller coaster.
Yep, we're doing okay.
Okay, chill out. Relax.
We're good. We're good. All right.
Like she's right now in between a rock and a hard place because she has to try and humanize this homeless person as much as possible and not like run away and be like, get off me, you fucking freak. But at the same time, you know, she has to like sort of try and toe that line of being safe, but not, you know, overtly acting like, holy shit, this person's fucking crazy, get them away from me. So
amazing.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've been in this situation.
Calm down.
Okay, stop.
Calm
Stop.
down.
Stop.
Hey.
Stop.
Relax. Calm down.
It's okay, dear.
Calm down.
So, dear.
Calm down. Calm down.
Yes.
Calm down. Let go of her. Let go of her. Let go of her. Let go of
It's
her.
okay. Everything's okay, dear.
It's okay.
Everything's okay.
Now you're trying to talk to the person like a child. Hi. Yeah, she's rubbing my face. Let her rub my face. Look.
Let go of
It's
her.
okay. Everything's okay, dear.
It's okay.
Everything's okay.
Are you okay? All right.
You know, she doesn't want the homeless person rubbing her face, you know, because the hands look pretty dirty, but she has to, like, just take it. She's like, oh, I can't act like the homeless person's dirty.
It's so funny. It's like, holy cow, it goes on for quite a while here.
It does. It goes for 2.5 minutes, Rob. It's a roller coaster.
Are you waking up?
Go for it.
No. I was going to say, I worked with people with like disabilities. This is how it be. Like if people, shit'll get crazy. And if you know the person, you're like, stand back.
Yeah.
Don't go near them. And you have these people, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. And you'll have this like 400-pound guy and you're like, back the fuck up.
Yeah.
Guy's about to punch you in the mouth. And
Yeah, I
everybody
worked at
wants
the
to
Salvation
internalize.
Army for a few years. I worked at a homeless shelter, and it's exactly the same thing. Like, even if you sort of know that you have a rapport with these people, you don't let them get close to you because, unfortunately, a lot of the time, you've got to be careful of hepatitis C. You've got to be careful of HIV, all these sorts of things as well with people who are using needles all the time. So, generally speaking, I would be really keeping my distance with people, keeping them at arm's length. And if they come at me, like, I'm going to like do whatever I can to get away from them, not let them touch me, avoid sort of any contact. But these people, they just this woman has no fucking idea what to do in this situation.
It's you know, if you want to take it like to a religious point, I'm not saying this is universal or anything, but Jordan Peterson, back when he was like based, like 2016, Jordan Peterson, he would talk, he's like, you know, you'll be in a city and you walk to that area of the city where it's like, you know, Skid Row, where you see all the homeless. And he's like, you feel like demonic. You don't look at it. You don't even make eye contact. Right? That's how uncomfortable it is, even to make eye contact, where it's like there are serious problems. And I'm not saying no one should be trying to help out, but you better know what you're doing because this shit will happen. And then you find yourself in this position where you're like, uh-oh, what do I do? Because you know what you want to do. If you wouldn't have approached this woman and she did this to you, you'd shove her in the round and be like, get the fuck out of my face. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Right? But now
Put a
you're in
Sparta
the position
kick,
where you
bro.
initiated it. You initiated it. So now you're like, hey, this is so uncomfortable.
It keeps going.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Stop.
Calm down, lady.
Hey,
Calm down. What are you doing?
I think I'm okay. Oh my God.
Now the hug, it's like she's like, am I getting assaulted or am I the homeless whisperer? Am I getting assaulted or am I the homeless whisperer?
We're snuggling. Please don't lick
Okay.
me. Please don't lick me.
No. We're good.
We're good.
Take care.
All right.
Are you okay? All right.
Okay.
I'm glad you're doing okay.
That's interesting.
I'm glad you're doing okay. Well, you're not going to poke me in the eye.
At this stage, the homeless person just licked her face, right? She's got her face licked and she goes, oh, we're snuggling. At some point, you have to let the liberal walls come down. The liberal walls of like, I have to 100% treat this homeless person like they're completely of mind. At some point, you have to abandon that and be like, all right, this person's fucking crazy. I'm getting out of here. I'm getting my distance so I don't get my face licked again.
This is the liberal worldview. right? You would rather deny reality, right? And it's the, you know, it's the mentality of, I saw it was going viral. Warren Smith talking to Brian Shapiro, where it went viral, where, you know, Warren's trying to explain the idea of like, if you see someone that looks like a gangster, you walk to the other side of the street. And the liberals like, no, I don't see the difference. If there's two sides of the street, and on one side's, you know, 3 80-year-old women hunched over with walkers, and on the other side of the street is 3 young men with like their pants halfway around their ass, tatted up, right, with fucking spike collars on and shit. I think they're both as likely to rob me and attack me. And you're like, we all know it's bullshit. We know that this woman knows this sucks and you should just get the fuck out of there. But you can't do it because your worldview tells you to deny reality because there's this higher call. And this sums it up. This is the logical, this is what happens. It's why it's why you get to the point where you're like, well, give them hypodermic needles out of love. And then your kids, elementary schools, got fucking needles laying in the road outside of it. And no one's willing to just say, it's predictable. We see the problem. We know how to clean up the streets. But everybody's like, no, you can't do it. It's not compassionate. So here's the logical extent of what it leads to, you know?
All right, Tara, walk away.
Why did you poke my head?
Well, because we're...
We thought you were overdosing.
I think you're overdosing.
Would you like to keep one of these?
Oh my god, you're overdosing.
Would you like a cigarette?
You need it.
All right.
Would you like a cigarette? There you go. Thank you.
Feed them a
You
cigarette.
need this though.
I'm okay. You want me to
I
keep
think
it?
you're dying.
Okay, okay.
You're dying. You're dying.
Thank you. Okay. You're all right.
Why are you annoyed? Don't be annoyed.
You're being aggressive right now.
You're being
You're
aggressive.
being aggressive.
How am I being aggressive?
You're pulling on someone that doesn't know you.
Yeah, we were just trying to help you, Dare.
What do you mean? What
thought
did
you
you
were
do
dying.
to me?
We
And oftentimes as well, Rob, I don't know if you know this, but like so when I worked at the Salvos, we would have guests that would come in, right? So we would have volunteers that would come in. A lot of the times they were like volunteers from the public, but then every day we would normally get volunteers who were from corporate, right? So the corporate would send in 10 or so employees and they would help out around the day. It was at a cafe where we'd basically, like, they would make food for the homeless and then they would serve them like they were at a cafe, bring them out the food and everything. Pretty good setup, if you ask me. So anyways, these corporate volunteers would come in, and oftentimes there was a lot of middle-aged women and everything that would come in, and they would come out and they would speak to the homeless people like they were victims, like they were children, right? They were, hey there, hey, how are you doing today? But what the funny part is that people don't realize is that oftentimes these homeless people are so hardened by life that they have been through and seen shit that you could not possibly even imagine in your wildest dreams. So they like to speak to them like children is such an insult a lot of the time because they have been through the fucking hell and back. And these Karens will come in and speak to them like they're little children. Did you ever notice that?
Yeah, you know, and I would often notice medical professional too, which you would think would be the opposite. Like for me, the guy I worked with that I liked the most, I worked with like 14 years, was like autistic and stuff. His favorite people were like, we'd stop in like local taverns and bars, and we never drank, but you get like a soda, beef jerky, use the restroom, whatever. And the dudes in there would be like, hey, did you see that chick's ass? Dude, loved that. That was fun.
Yeah.
Because they're talking to him like one of the guys. Then you go to the doctor. How are you? Have you been working on your shapes? Oh my gosh, did you tie your own shoes? That's amazing. And you're like, man, it's so pandering. And you can see my guy might not have the ability to express himself very well, but you can see he's getting pissed off. You treat me like a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Stop it. I'd rather the person be like, get away from me, than be like, oh, you're so special. Like a puppy. That's how they would treat, you know, and like, there's also these, like, there's an unrealistic look at this. The one guy I took care of, I could talk for hours about it, but I'll suffice it to say, he's probably 420 pounds. I think he weighed, was like 6'3", was the strongest human being I've ever seen. And he would, situations he would get into, you wouldn't believe. I watched him rip the, a dresser, rip the front of it, like solid oak dresser, rip it off and smash himself in the face until there was so much blood you couldn't see his face. Right. And there was nothing as a human. I'm a decently sized guy. He could have snapped me like a twig. There was nothing I could do physically. This man attacked himself on a regular basis worse than anything I could ever hope to do. And eventually he got put into a facility And I was the head of the house. I was like the supervisor when they put him in. And they started asking me all these questions at the facility. I'm sitting in this CEO room with all these doctors and CEOs and shit. And they're like, well, why doesn't he like go swimming in the community pool? And I'm like, because he tries to kill people. And they're like, well, he'll be swimming in general population like within a day. Why doesn't he brush his teeth? And I'd be like, well, we try to help him, but he's smart. When you get in, he'll goad you in and try to beat the shit out of you. And so we have to like try to keep hands off. Oh, we'll be, you'll see. He's going to be doing arts and crafts. Okay. So my job was then I was going to go visit this gentleman every Wednesday in this facility. So the very next Wednesday, and it's a serious facility, man. You got to go through a metal detector. You got to have credentials. So I go through the metal detector, the credentials the very next Wednesday. And, hey, man, these doctors are going to show me how it's done. I get in there. I'm like, I'm here to see so-and-so. They're like, he's not allowed to have visitors. There was an incident. I was like, no shit. Really? Turns out he broke some nurse's arm. And it's like, I fucking told you people, but they know better. They know. They're just like this. Oh, we know how to go in and soothsay. Okay. Because I spent I probably spent on a weekly basis 90 to 100 hours with this guy. And he liked me more than anyone. He tried to kill me 3-4 times a day. Threw a cinder block at me one day. It came like this far away from my head. Ripped down the power lines that go up the side of your house. He ripped them down and it snapped the power line. He fucking chased me with a live power line. Like this shit happened. Like I was in a car driving one day and luckily, I had a button down. He grabbed me by the fucking hair in the back of the shirt while I was driving. I almost went off the road. Fucking ripped so hard that my sleeves were still in my arms. He ripped my fucking shirt off, swung at me like 3 times, gave me a fucking huge black eye. And they're giving me shit because I'm not taking them to the community pool. And like, I'm trying to explain to them, like, life's not all fucking sunshine and roses. This is a serious thing with serious problems. And you guys are going to be like, oh, just take him to the preschool. He'll love the children. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? You can't do this. This is, and that doesn't mean that my solution was like, well, treat this guy like garbage. I didn't feel that way. I was putting myself in harm's way, but doing it in a way where I was trying to be as safe as possible. And these lefties come along and they're just like, no. He treat him exactly like you would treat any other member of society. Okay. And that's what happens. Someone gets seriously hurt. Then you know what the consequences are? We'll throw his ass in jail. Now, see, if you wouldn't have monkeyed in the first place, he was in a situation, while not great, that was better than being in a cell. But you had to fucking monkey. You had to be like, oh, no, we could do more. We could bring him into general populace. We could have the woman go up to the homeless lady. Now, what happens if this homeless lady stabs this lady? Now she goes to prison? Arguably better? I don't know. But that's the problem. There is like toxic compassion, where you're doing shit that you think makes you a good person, but sometimes no. Sometimes you don't know what the fuck you're doing, and you make the situation worse. So,
yeah, 100%. I mean, and oftentimes it's like you have to have some like this is why it's funny when you see the sort of white urban liberals who want to talk on all these issues about gangs and homelessness and everything. It's like you guys wouldn't last 2 seconds in that world, because there's a certain thing that you have to adhere to that is not, that you can't really read in a book when you're in those sort of situations. And it's a way that you have to maneuver those sort of situations. Like sometimes if you're in these types of situations, the best way to de-escalate is to escalate, especially if you're with men. Sometimes they only really respond to some sort of a prowess or power. And there's many times when I've had to do that, especially working at the homeless shelter. And sometimes the best thing that you can do is just shut your mouth and listen. And there's a certain way that you have to maneuver around those situations that you really can't sort of like read in a book and that can't be taught. This chick here, I can tell, has absolutely zero idea what she's doing, even though she's trying to do the virtue signaling thing to check if this person was overdosing or whatever it is. First of all, you don't touch them if they're sleeping there, unless you actually think they're dead, unless you're not getting a response from them. First of all, you would be like, hey there. Are you okay? I'm just checking that you're okay from a distance. You wouldn't go up and fucking touch them like an idiot, because then you're much more likely for them to sort of attack you. There's a way. There's just a way that you have to maneuver that. I don't get it.
And there's no perfect way. And that's why the book teaching can't, like, from person to person, it's different. Now, put yourself in the shoe of like a police officer, right? You know how many violent situations police have to deal with shit like this? And it's like, I'm not saying they always do it correctly, and I'm not saying that there's not room to criticize when police handle things poorly. Fair, that's all fair game. But I'm just saying it's not as simple as people lead out to believe. And again, I'm not going the other. I have a deep look. Some of the people I worked with severe mental disabilities and stuff, some of the best people I've ever met in my entire life. Like, we as a society will piss and moan about little things. These are people that have been given a raw deal in life based on how they were born, and they just want things like, I'd like a job, I'd like a girlfriend, I want to cheer for my favorite sports team, stuff like that. And like, I get a lot of inspiration from that. So I'm not shitting on these people. I'm far from it. I really respect people. And I tried many, many years, about 16 years working with them. But at the end of the day, you have to be realistic. Like, everybody just, so many people, they just want to look at it like, no, these homeless people are all victims and they did nothing wrong. And if you have some sort of mental disorder, you're a victim. And therefore we have to treat you with these kid gloves. And it's like, yeah. And that leads to Irina Zertos being killed, right? That's what happens. Oh, that guy had mental problems. So we kept letting him back out on his own. Yeah. Look what happens.
Yeah.
What about her? What about her family? You don't give a shit about that when your policies. Now, nothing's perfect. There will always be bad shit that happens, but it's like, it frustrates the shit out of me where it's like, the only two answers are throw all these people in a cage for the rest of their life or just treat them like there's no problem. I don't see the problem with the homeless people doing drugs out in the, like, it's like, no, I'm sorry, man. You got to go. Your ass is either going to a halfway house or you're going to prison. Sorry. We don't got time to fuck around. I'm sorry. The problem's getting out of hand in these cities. And, we know how to fix it. We do. And it's just people don't have the stomach for it. So, no, I don't know. I guess I'll say this about this lady. I hope she's doing it for the right reasons, but she needs to reevaluate because I don't know how this ends, but I'll tell you how it could have ended. And, you don't want to do that. You don't want to throw your life away like that. So,
yeah, I hope she's doing it for the right reasons as well. But to go up to, like, just from experience, man, like to go up to somebody who's in that sort of situation on the street with a camera, filming what they're, first of all, cameras are a big no-no in those sort of situations. Even at my old job, like one of the things we told people is never have a camera out on the floor because these people hate being filmed. Some of these people have sort of like on the run from the police, like all sorts of problems. So never ever, if you go down a skid row with a camera, they're going to fucking lose their minds at you.
Yeah,
so,
they think, right. Yep.
Yeah. So just don't do that, first of all. But yeah, hopefully she's doing it for the right reasons or whatever. So anyways, she gets her face licked. We'll watch the rest.
I thought you were dying.
No, you didn't.
Yes, we did.
No, you wanted to annoy me, but
Nope.
that's okay.
Okay, why don't you let go now, please? Let go.
I love you.
I know, let go, let go.
Thank you.
You opting in annoyance?
Let go.
That's so stupid.
Let go of her.
It's okay.
She wants you to let go
But
of
you
her.
still feel annoyed.
Let go of her.
I do feel a little annoyed.
Yeah, you need to let go.
Well, then why did you do that?
I wanted to make sure you're okay.
Let go.
No,
Can
you
let go of me now,
didn't.
please?
Why don't you love yourself?
I'm trying.
Let go
You're
of her.
trying,
Let go of her.
but you don't
Let go.
try.
Let go,
Okay,
please.
we got it.
Let
Thank
go of
you.
her. Okay, there you go.
What are you doing?
There we go. Thank you.
Let go of her.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
No, thanks. No, thanks.
Sorry about that. Hey, you're welcome. Have a
Thank
good day.
you.
Be blessed, lady. Be blessed.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, I don't know. It is what it is, Rob.
She's sort of based. That
Yeah.
homeless lady. You weren't trying to help me. You were filming, right?
Yeah,
Bullshit.
exactly.
You were doing this for your content. You wanted to annoy me. Why don't you love yourself? What didn't your daddy give you? It's sort of based. You're like,
But you get a lot of pearls of wisdom in those sort of situations, I'm telling you. And the interesting part about the homeless people is that oftentimes they are so unfiltered that it is fucking crazy, dude. Like sometimes I'd go out there and just sort of chill like amongst the people who were sort of like the who like lived in the cafe, if you will, and just sort of ask them a few leading questions or whatever, and they just tell you their story, dude. There was some fucking crazy stories in there. I had one chick who it's bad, but like I don't know how, I can't really explain this on YouTube in the right way, but she had a daughter that was a product of her and her father. So you imagine what her father did to her. So these sorts of things are just crazy stories, man. People who had been homeless for generations, their parents are homeless, their siblings are all homeless. It's like a family thing that they do. They just like live on the streets, bro. It's like, yeah. Thank you, M. Vanata, for the 30 donation, by the way. Sorry, carry on, Rob.
No. With the people I took care of, like with autism and stuff, they were so unfiltered and based in like the funniest ways. Like, for example, this is a real conversation I hear many times. Hey, do you have a wife? No, I don't have a wife. So you're single? No. Oh, you have a girlfriend? No, I have a boyfriend. What? You're gay? Secretly, I'm like, don't say that, but I'm like, get him, you know, like shit like that. It'd be so. That's weird. That's gross.
Like the show Love on the Spectrum. I'm always like, man, I relate to those people. You know, when they're just saying like, what's on their mind. I was like, I wish I had that freedom. It
is so tough though, because like. The guy I took care of, like, you have to, we also have something in the United States called HIPAA. It's like medical privacy. So I have to be very careful, even though I no longer work there. I'm not trying to give out specific details of the gentleman I took care of. But primarily, I worked with one guy for the last 14 years I was there. And he's one of my best friends. He's an amazing guy. I still hang out with him. But when things would go south, they'd go south. And it's not like dealing with a regular person. You'd see this guy 99 out of 100 days, and you'd be like, this is one of the nicest human beings that have ever existed. But when it goes south, there's no rationalizing. Like there's nothing. Like it could be his mom, and it's on. It's fucking, and when it's on for keeps. It ain't like I'm shoving you. It's like you're going, one of us is going down till we can't move. That's it. And it's like, you'll sit there and you'll think about it like, how can that be the same guy? How could that be the same guy that wouldn't hurt a fly? That you're walking and he sees an ant in the ground and goes, I can't walk there. I don't want to step on the ant. And now he's like, he's not just trying to bury you. He'll be saying the most vile shit. You fat motherfucker, I'll kill you. And you're like, wow, you were at my son's birthday party yesterday. What the fuck is going on? You know, it's like, and you just got to deal with it. You have to like put yourself in that space. And now put yourself in the space.
Yeah, you can't take shit personally. Yeah.
Now you're a police officer. You ain't trained for that shit. You get a call. Some mom calls her son. She tried to deal with her autistic son. He was 12. He's 13. Now he's 16. He's got the body of a man. Now he's throwing fists, and mom can't deal with it. So she calls the police. Police ain't fucking around. They ain't showing up. They ain't social workers. They're not there to be like, they'll try, calm down. Oh, guy comes at you with the fist. Fuck you. We hit you with the taser. You know, that big guy I was talking to you about? I took him to the hospital one time. I watched them hit him with 4 fucking tasers at the same time, and it didn't stop him. He was choking a constable out. I swear to you, the man's face turned purple. Fucking just strongest man I've ever seen. Has this guy. They got in a fight in the emergency room. He hit the bin with the syringes, like the use syringe. They went flying everywhere. And I'm just like this, sitting in a chair in the corner, like watching the cops all hit him with like, not the shooting tasers, but like the hand ones. And they start beating him with the fucking clubs. This dude's on the ground. It was surreal. I'd never seen anything like it. And they finally called in enough cops, and the main cop comes up to me, cool guy, older guy. He looks me straight in the face. He's like, I just want to tell you right now, we ain't bringing tasers next time. It's shotguns. He's like, that's it. And everybody was like, well, he won't understand the difference. Bullshit. Every time they showed up with shotguns drawn, he was calm as could be. He knew what the stakes were at that point. And it was not fucking around time anymore. They'd strap him to a fucking, like a gurney, like Hannibal Lecter. They'd put this fucking mask on him and strap him in. And it was surreal. You'd see this shit and you're like, I don't know what the answer is. You know, I know this. As much as I loved what I did, I juxtaposed that guy versus the other guy I took care of. The other guy absolutely should have been in society. This guy couldn't be. But the problem is the system treats them the same. Right? Like, oh, yeah, well, guy B, take him to the public pool. Had a great time. Guy A's trying to murder people every day. And it's like, I don't know what to say. I feel bad. He had seizures. His right eye would do this constantly. Imagine living like that.
Yeah.
And it was, I felt terrible. And you get to read their background stories. This guy, again, I'm in the position you were. He was assaulted by his family in the most grotesque ways you can imagine, over and over and over for like 14 years, to the point where it burns on parts of his body and shit from cigars and cigarettes. And now, you know, here's this guy that's one of the most autistic guys. I felt bad for him. I really did. I tried my best, but the guy's trying to kill me all the time. And he could have. Luckily, he walked like sort of like the Frankenstein monster. So even as slow as I was able to like backpedal and be like, oh shit. There was one funny story about it. There was a time where he started flipping out in the house. He'd just get out of the house. And he lived in the woods. We had him a place like in the middle of the woods. I go out in the front porch and shut the door behind me, and there's a fucking black bear in the yard. And I'm like, oh, fucking great. I'm going to get torn apart by a bear or by the strongest man I've ever seen. But the bear ran away. So the bear left. I was fine. You know, I got the car. But yeah.
And you lived to tell the story.
Yes. Point of the story is, though, that it's like, You don't know. These people think they mean well, and it's like, you don't know what's going on with some of these people. And some of these homeless people have severe most of them have drug problems. Many of them have severe mental problems. And when someone's like in a schizophrenic or a bipolar episode, you ain't gonna talk to them. You ain't walking up and talking them on the shoulder and talking to them like a child.
Or even if they're coming down, dude. If they're on drugs and because like they might look like they're overdosing, but they're really just coming down, shaking. That is the worst you can possibly get them. They will like be so erratic that it'll be crazy.